Welcome to Yarra Ranges Life TV's midweek wrap for another week. Proudly brought to you by our major sponsor, Methven the Professionals. Of course, if you're buying, selling or renting, be sure to get a professional with offices in Croydon, Lilydale, Mooroolbark and Mount Evelyn. They're your first port of call. Also, Mount Evelyn Environment Protection and Progress Association and our good friends at the Mount Dandenong Hotel. This week, of course, we've got all the latest local news headlines, some sports shorts and the weather. And this week the weather's presented by the kids at Willanook Primary School. Also this week, Jim Brown shares a fascinating story of the Babes Foundation, and he attended a book launch there, a book called Empowering Motherhood. And he's got a great package there for us. Also this week we feature an interview we did with Lynn Hannam, who's the organiser and the founder of Yarra Valley Care Bags. And they're an organisation putting together care packages of toiletries and a whole range of other bits and pieces for those doing it a little bit tough on our streets, for the homeless and those in transition at the moment. So we've got a great story on Yarra Valley Care Bags later on in the episode. And music this week, we've got Warburton's The Anecdote that are going to be sharing one of their songs with us called Burning Poems that they filmed live for our cameras. So stay tuned for that at the end of the episode. But now it's time for the midweek wrap presented by Loretta DeVoe and Jim Brown.
Hi, I'm Loretta DeVoe.
And I'm Jim Brown.
Welcome to the Midweek Wrap. The Lilydale and Yarra Valley Leader this week report that grieving friends and family of a man who was killed in an accident near the intersection of Hutchinson Street and Maroondah Highway in Lilydale are calling for something to be done about the dangerous intersection. 40-year-old Berwick man Rick Dale died when his motorcycle collided with a four-wheel drive on his way to lay flowers on the graves of his partner and baby. Mr. Dale is remembered as a kind and loving person and was described by a close friend as irreplaceable. The Leader newspaper also report that construction of the Coldstream Caravan Park has been forced to stop after an appeal has been sent to VCAT contesting the Yarra Ranges Council decision to approve plans for the park. Caravan Park opposition group member Ken McGowan has said that the 28-hectare green wedge site was unsuitable for redevelopment because it would lose its country appeal. Site owner Rod Sperling said that although building had been delayed, he was moving ahead and doing what he can within the law. Yarra Ranges Council will join with the Municipal Association of Victoria to lobby the state government against a plan to spend money from the landfill levy on Park Victoria projects. Councillors will write to Environment Minister Lily D'Ambrosio to ask that cash from the landfill levy be solely used for waste management infrastructure, industry support, education programs, Victorian waste planning and management resources. Streetwatch tells us not to be surprised if you see or hear Black Hawk helicopters, vehicles and soldiers carrying weapons this month. Training exercises are being conducted and will involve terrorism responses in the Melbourne CBD and surrounds. The activities will often occur at night and will involve the use of blank ammunition and other pyrotechnics at times. You can read these stories as well as many others in this week's Lilydale and Yarra Valley Leader.
Well, all the local newspapers in the Mail News Group have put out special editions to recognise the importance of Education Week in the Yarra Ranges. For any of you trying to work out the best school and preschool alternatives for your child or children, this edition is really valuable and should be filed away for future reference. You'll find articles and advertisements for all kinds of state and private preschools, high schools and campuses and vocational training courses to suit what you're looking for and their locations. The Mountain Views Mail reports police are concerned about a spate of burglaries and thefts from cars in the Healesville area. Yarra Ranges CIU Detective Sergeant Mick Duke has urged the public to increase vehicle and household security because the crimes appear to be opportunistic. For example, many have been committed on unlocked cars, utes and sheds. Police are appealing for information about any suspicious activity in the area. The Mount Evelyn Mail reports the Yarra Ranges Council is about to launch its largest capital works program ever. CEO Glenn Patterson says the planned works are exciting and the $57.5 million budget is responsible. A multi-purpose health club at Belgrave, a new playground for Queen's Park in Healesville, and the first stages of a multi-million-dollar civic centre development have all been approved. And Glenn Patterson claims they will be completed under the rate cap of 2%. The Ferntree Gully Belgrave Mail carries a story about what Vic Health is calling a 30-day H3O challenge. The Yarra Ranges Council is urging people to pledge that over 1 month they'll swap sugary drinks for water. With each 600ml soft drink bottle containing on average 16 teaspoons of sugar, Vic Health believes substituting water for soft drink will go a long way to reducing obesity, diabetes and cardiovascular disease, all major killers in our community. And the Upper Yarra Mail has a story about Yarra Glen CFA delivering food and toiletries to the Trident Fire Brigade in Gippsland, responding to a call to help Gippsland farmers badly affected by the closure of national dairy products. The Yarra Glen community and local businesses donated food and other items. The Yarra Glen CFA has thanked everyone for their generosity. Now, last week I went to the launch of the Babes Project. It's a fairly new charity providing help and hope to young pregnant women in need. Victoria's State Parliament became the venue for a new way to tackle a social problem which has needed attention for a long time. In one of Parliament's halls, people gathered to witness the launch of the so-called Babes Project, which included a new book, Rewriting Motherhood. The driving force for this project is Helen Parker.
Today we are here celebrating the launch of a book which is 10 women's stories, and those women just share their parenting experience, their pregnancy experience and their powerful, captivating, beautiful stories.
Their experiences reflect the difficulties faced when, for reasons not their fault, young women are confronted with a crisis or unexpected pregnancy without support. Helen Parker knew what they were going through. She had been there.
I had my daughter when I was 20. It was an unplanned pregnancy, and I found that there wasn't a lot of support. There wasn't a lot of holistic support for women in the perinatal period, and so I just felt that that wasn't okay. How many women in this nation are feeling scared and alone when they're facing a crisis pregnancy, and I felt it was up to us as a society to respond and do something to ensure she does have support.
Helen soon persuaded others to realise the services were so badly needed.
So we have 2 pregnancy centres, one's in Croydon, one's in Frankston, and they are full to capacity with 70 women at the moment.
Those present heard how 1 in 5 women in Australia face these difficulties, and the Babes Project services need to be available to everyone who needs them. It not only teaches pregnant women to keep their lives on track, but helps them give their babies the best possible start in life. Helen's infectious enthusiasm has gained bipartisan support in Parliament. Liberal MP Georgie Crozier and Labor MP Marlene Kairouz both praised the Babes Project and pledged their support to help expand it. Helen Parker has achieved so much in such a short time. Programs like this cost money, but how did she do it? And who helped her along the way?
We actually crowdfunded the book and exhibition, and the Bendigo Bank was a great support of ours, and they contributed to this exhibition and book today. Without their support, we potentially wouldn't be here, so we're very thankful. We love the Bendigo Bank. We love the sense of community that is so visible and so present with the Bendigo Bank, so we're very thankful.
I'm Jim Brown.
I'm Loretta DeVoe.
Thanks for watching the Midweek Wrap.
Now it's time for
Sports Shorts.
world's best segment intro. Love that. AFL this week. Leaders Megan Huswaite reports that the Yarra Rangers is celebrating its best win in representative footy delivering a thumping to Gippsland's Football League in Woorolloc last weekend. Oh, Savage by name, Savage by nature, Hillsville's Jason Savage, he was best of field with a dominant display, with the final scores being Yarra Rangers 16 goals 15, 111 to Gippsland 6-14 50. Strong win there by the Rangers. And in the Mail community newspapers, James Strudley reports Athletics Victoria's marquee event, the XCR, saw 1,000 athletes from all over Victoria hit the paddocks and rolling hills of Wandon Park in this year's cross-country event. Now, Yarra Rangers Athletics, they fielded one of their biggest teams to date. And for all the latest results, of course, and the outcomes there, grab your copy of the Mail community newspaper. The next event will be held at Margaret Lewis Reserve in Coldstream, and that's on Saturday the 27th of May. That's the Sports Shorts for this week. More Sports Shorts next week. Cheers.
Sports Shorts!
And this week, the weather's presented by...
Billanook Primary School! On Thursday in Yarra Glen, it's going to be a top of 19 degrees. On Friday in Yarra Glen, it's going to be a top of 20 degrees. On Saturday in Yarra Glen, it is going to be a top of 18 degrees. On Sunday in Yarra Glen, it's going to be a top of 18 degrees. And that's the weather presented by Billanook Primary School.
Welcome to Billanook Primary School. I'm Julie Lejon, the principal. I've been here for about 12 years. Billanook is set in the most beautiful location, just under Mount Dandenong, so we've got lots of nice open spaces. We rely a lot on looking after the environment we're in, so that's quite a big important thing for the students at our school. We have just over 400 students, so it's a really nice sized school where we can still build a great sense of community, but have a lot of facilities and lots of extracurricular activities that the kids can be involved in. I think we pride ourselves on connecting to the community around Montrose and creating a nice, safe environment for our children to learn in and engage with their learning.
Billanook Primary School!
Today on Yarra Rangers Life TV, we are joined by Lynn Hannam, the the power force behind Yarra Valley Care Bags. Of course, May Yarra Rangers Life TV, we're focusing on discussing homelessness and displacement and rough sleepers and the organisations that help and support those that are doing it a little bit rough and tough out there. And Yarra Valley Care Bags certainly does that through your hard work, Lynn. Look, thanks for joining us.
Yeah, no worries. Thanks for your interest.
Yeah, look, how long have you been doing Yarra Valley Care Bags?
2 years in July.
Fantastic. And what is Yarra Valley Care Bags? Because I've seen you guys on Facebook.
Okay, yeah, we try and provide personal health care items for homeless, people in need, people at risk of homelessness, and just help out that little bit where, you know, toiletries are probably the last thing after, especially if you've got animals and kids and, you know, the rents and bills and stuff. So, yeah, it's been really good.
Yeah, and it's I think an underappreciated service that you provide. As you said, you mentioned toiletries and things like that. If you're doing it rough and tough out there, the simple bar of soap or a toothbrush and toothpaste or even a hand towel or a face washer,
yeah,
they go a long way.
Underwear, socks,
Yes.
Thongs in summer. You know, a lot of the time we try and do seasonal. So now we're sort of looking at caps and scarves and gloves and stuff.
Yep, for winter.
Wind cheaters, blankets.
And can I ask, what are the different types of organisations that Yarra Valley Care Bags provides or gives these care packages to?
Okay, we work in conjunction with Holy Fools, do their 2 community weekly barbecues.
Fantastic.
So we seem to have a lot of different people come and go that are in need. I've recently just started giving to St Vincent's de Paul for their food hampers, so they have toiletry bags to go in their food hampers. Each secure tenancies, I supplied them with toiletries. Ben Werran, the Women's Refuge in the Junction.
And there's the animal packages you put together.
As well, yes, we've got great donations from Pets of the Homeless. They supply us with 3 months worth of pet food.
Fantastic.
To give out to these people as well, because obviously, you know, your pets are an extra expense, but you still have to feed them. We also try and do the drop-in centres up here, Redwood and River Valley.
Yeah, so we try and get out there as much as we can. We're hoping to, well, Holy Fools is hoping to start a barbecue up in Hillsville, so that'll be another outlet for us, which is great because it's really taken off. We've got amazing donations from people.
And that's all part of the outreach program where you can actually, from a frontline point of view, assist those that are in direct need.
Yeah.
Which is fantastic.
Especially with the community barbecues, if you'll find that you're needing to come out and get a free meal, a decent meal, but obviously you're in need of other things as well.
Of course.
So that's where it's really good because we can actually give a lot of different variety of stuff, which helps a lot of people.
Fantastic. And how can people that are watching today, they wanted to help Yarra Valley Care Bags, obviously you take donations for goods and items and things?
Yeah, from the public are amazing donations. Different businesses, different office groups are putting together different care bags for me, which is fantastic.
Yeah.
Different interests from all around Australia actually that have connections with people down here that want to help in some way. So yeah, it's just amazing.
That's fantastic. Look, Lynn, really appreciate your time and your energy and efforts and everything that you do for Yarra Valley Care Bags. It's, as I said, it's basically you're the power force behind this project. You're helping so many different groups, and more power to you.
Thank you.
It's wonderful to see you getting out there, and of course we encourage those out there watching to find out more about Yarra Valley Care Bags. You can find them on Facebook. And of course help support the organisation that you guys are supporting as well. So,
Yeah.
Lynn, thanks for sharing your story with us on Yarra Rangers Live TV.
Great, thank you very much.
And that brings to close another midweek wrap for this week. If you wanted to watch the previous midweek wraps, you can do so on our YouTube channel. They're all there as well. But of course, big thanks to everyone involved in this week's production. As always, Loretta DeVoe, Jim Brown, and production assistant extraordinaire, Mr. Mitch Hatton. Taking us out this week, we have got Warburton's The Anecdote, a group of local musos that have been playing together for a few years now and have just recently released a CD. It's called Carve Upon the Air, and one of their great classic tracks on that is called Burning Poems, a tribute to a local poet, Charles Buckmaster. So thanks for watching Yarra Rangers Live TV. Here is The Anecdote with Burning Poems.
Be driving no later than 1. Cool.
All right, we'll be short and sweet. Okay, Kaiser's going, Pat Cam's going.
That camera is huge, mate.
Fisheye.
GoPro, fisheye.
Cool.
Good for skateboarding clips. Yeah.
And Panicam's
Yeah,
rolling.
Panicam's recording.
We're all rolling, so it's in your hands, guys.
Alright.
Roll us away with your talent.
Only young, not 21, he hitched across another ball plane. His face was brown and broken down as he looked for the summer rain. But when he got to the western land, he found the same old pain. So he walked around to the north of town where the road took him again, and he saw his freedom like the moon escaping from the clouds. Like the moon escaping from the clouds, and so is freedom, like fire returning to the sun. down, but the mist before his eyes obscured the sun and everyone who was listening to his cries. Inside he felt the hour and direction of his fate, so he marched towards his meeting with a beauty that awaits, and saw his freedom like a moon escaping from the clouds.